Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Flex and Reflect Sunday Sit Down. So, today I want to focus on something very specific as we're getting really close to Christmas. So, we're 10 days out at the day of recording this. And, I've got clients that are asking me some of these questions as well. So, rather than go through individual questions, I thought I'd wrap everything up into one thing. So, somebody just, actually, my best friend, she just sent me a message saying that she's about to take a break, and it's funny. So we're on Sunday afternoon. So at the time of recording this, it's 3:14 here in Melbourne, Australia, and everybody else is out pretty much socializing, right? But it's a Sunday. I'm recording this video. If I told you everything I've done up to this point today, you'd be like, wow, when do you relax? Sunday is the day that I use to set up the whole week. And I was just talking to my best friend actually about how one of the things that I do is use the week to plan out the week ahead and also the week that was. Now, I've been doing this for about 2 years now. I reckon continuously once a week. Maybe it's longer. I haven't got it earmarked, but it really helps me keep the momentum going. Now, this is a problem that we have at this time of the year. I have conversations with clients when they say, "Oh, I'm done for the year." So, what do you mean? Like they were talking to me about that on like the 10th of December or the end of November. It's like, what do you mean you're done? It's like they want to finish their work. They, as in like, these are normally non-business owners, and they then want to go on like 3 weeks leave, 4 weeks leave, whatever it is. And it's really weird here in Australia. People just tend to shut down completely. And it's like, what? I am so focused. I am building something here. I'm building my greatness, whatever that is for you, whatever you come up with your definition of that. Maybe it's focusing on your health, your wellness. Maybe it's focusing on wealth creation, getting some more skills, growing yourself, building some relationships, strengthening friendships and so forth. But I'm talking about these other relationships as well, whether it be with colleagues or if you're in business like I am, it's strengthening like people that you could work with in the future, other successful people, stay in contact with them because it's all of these little steps that you do every day that add up to the success that you're going to have in not just the rest of this year, but also going into 2025 as well. And it's like we need to be practicing these things so that every day you're building that greater version of yourself. And so, what do I do over this time? I'm doubling down on my focus because here's the thing. I've got a bit of itchy nose. Here's the thing. This might sound a little bit weird, but I get driven by what other people aren't prepared to do. Right. And that inspires me to work harder, like going to the gym consistently, working out, making sure that I'm eating the right foods, doing all those things. Well, I'm up to 36 years of doing this now, that part of my life. And every day that goes by, I look at what can I do to make today better than yesterday? What can I be doing there to be better in those things? And over 36 years, yeah, I've tweaked a few things, but you'd think, well, what have you got to change? It's the mindset of, did I get the timing of the meal right? I'm not talking about like big changes. I'm talking about how can I do it better today? What did I do? Did I get all my 3 liters of water in? Did I take my supplements? Did I eat my meals at the right time? Did I have any cravings? Did I sleep well? What was my mindset like? Was I able to focus for as long as I wanted to? What caused me to not have the restful sleep that I should have had overnight? Did I get my 10,000 steps in? Did I connect with people today? Did I plan out my week ahead? Did I block out my schedule? Even though we're close to Christmas, I need to make sure that I remain focused because I don't think you should ever become complacent. Maybe you've built a whole bunch of success and you're watching this right now, you'll have a perception of me. My perception of myself is that, yeah, I've achieved things this year that I never thought possible for me. At the start of the year, I didn't think that I'd be where I am with what I am doing, whether it's be in business or the other things with my daughter's legacy and the media things and all that kind of stuff. I had no idea I didn't predict it at the start of the year, but what I did do was I'm consistent on what I know that I'm capable of achieving. And I'm very consistent in taking time, like on a Sunday, to focus on what's next. So it's kind of like I see, all right, well, here's the result of the week that was. Great. Next. What's next? We have to keep that moving forward. And so I don't want you to settle right now because as soon as you settle, you become complacent. As soon as you become complacent, you stay here. And then it's only a matter of time before it starts to drop off, right? Because you just don't have that same focus and momentum that you had to create where you are right now. So we need to do it differently. So that means, yeah, we get to Christmas, it's one day. You're going to have family commitments, maybe it's a couple of days. It's not 6 weeks, right? So you use this time to focus, double down on those areas where you are not where you want to be. Write these things down. You will not remember all of the things that you want to achieve and should have achieved. And if you aren't writing these things down, then I know that you are not optimizing your results because we can't retain it all. You say, oh, I just remember those things in my head. You cannot, right? It's just not possible. And then you'll find that you do not let yourself, I'm sorry, you do not keep yourself accountable. So you get to this time next year and you'll say, oh, yeah, no, I didn't do that because. And our natural reflex as a human is to make up an excuse, whether consciously or unconsciously. Say, oh, life got in the way. Yeah, I was just too busy. Life just, this happened, that happened. And yeah, I just didn't get around to doing it. But that's okay. I'll get there. That's what people say. It's all right. I'll get there. I'll get there. Really? How are you going to get there? If you haven't written it down, if you don't have a purposeful plan, if you keep making up excuses as to why you haven't achieved what it is that you want, you will never get there. And every year you'll make up a different excuse for yourself as to why. How do I know this? Well, I see it with my clients, and I, Rob Evans, did it for myself. When it came to writing my book, I think for 2 years I procrastinated and made the date that I'd finish it 31 December, insert year. And then I just changed the year. And I did that, I think, twice before I said, what are you doing? You're never going to achieve this with your current strategy. So you need to do it differently. So I started getting up at 20 past 4 and I started making myself accountable to just writing for whether it be some days it was 2 hours in the morning until my first clients. Other times it was about an hour. And I then committed myself to writing every single day until I got it done. And that only came from realizing I was so frustrated with myself that I wasn't achieving what I'd set down to achieve. So, this is really important for you to consider. Write down what all your people talk about life goals, but just find the maybe 5 areas of your life that you want to think about. So think about your health and wellness, think about your wealth, think about your intimate relationship, think about your relationship with your children, think about other relationships that you have, think about your career, think about whether it's the spiritual side of you and things like that. So think about those different areas and think about where you are and what it is that you want to achieve and why, and then what's the gap? And then how are you going to close that gap? And I always say health should be your number one priority. So start with that. Where are you? Where do you want to be? The health, come up with a great definition of what your health is, what you want that to look like. I just did a podcast yesterday about this where I talk about health. I want you to broaden what you think of as health. There is the physical you that you see in the mirror. There's that part of the body. There's then the medical tests that you can have to determine are you actually medically healthy? There's the mindset. What do you think about? Where is your focus going? And I want you to think about also in your health about energy. And here I'm talking about how energized are you for the entire day to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And most people, it's maybe starts like this and goes down like this, or it starts low, increases a bit with caffeine and stimulants, and then drops, it drops away. Mine starts high and we keep going, and sometimes it just gets higher and higher because of how I think about things and how I condition myself to do these things. And so I also want you to think about the continuous growth. What are you doing to grow yourself continuously? Now these things that I'm just mentioning quickly, I incorporate all of those things into my definition of health. With no energy, forget if you're focused or not. If you have no energy, you're not going to achieve things, right? Create the energy through healthy lifestyle, and then create the focus of what it is that you want and why. Create the work ethic to then do the work consistently, do the work that others are not prepared to do to achieve the results that they really wish for. You do the work, you'll get the result, and then people will say, oh, wow. Now, the right people will say, like me, for instance, I'd say, that is so awesome. Well done. Keep going, keep pushing. Other people may want to ignore you, pull you down because you're growing faster than them. Do the work that others are not prepared to do. That's super, super important. And then you find you just keep on growing, right? So broaden that definition of what it is that you want for yourself. Now, I just mentioned health and wellness and everything there. Do that same exercise for the other things. Take your intimate relationship. Now, I'm single. I've been like married for almost 20 years, and not now, I'm talking, I've been divorced like 10 years, but I've been in long-term relationships. I've been in some other relationships as well. I'm happily single right now. This isn't an invitation for you to reach out to me. But one of the things that I've learned in relationships is that you need to continuously grow them. They don't just like if you just allow life to happen to you, if you just allow your relationship to just go on, then you'll find that it stays like this and drops off, just like most things in life. So you have to find ways to keep the passion going, keep challenging each other, keep growing each other, having aligned values and beliefs and common goals that you're working on, whatever they are for you. And you need to do that with all the areas of your life. And then you find that you just keep on growing. Now, I'll close on this point. One of the major points that I want you to think about is the toxicity that is in your life. Sometimes that comes from your career, your business, the people that you surround yourself in business. Sometimes it's the relationships that you're in, the intimate relationships that you're in. Maybe it's like family, maybe it's other associations. I've changed careers because of toxic relationships that I've been in around me that I'm like, "Do you know what? I can't do this anymore. It's just not serving me." Listen to your gut. It doesn't feel right in your gut. And so use the rest of this year, use 2025 to put yourself in a place where you're eliminating toxic energy. Clean out, have a social media detox. Get rid of social media if you don't need it, right? Take the aggressive steps you need to focus on you. And that's not at the expense of everybody else, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the toxic energy. These are all such critical components for you. So, as you head into Christmas, you're about to most likely get some extra time that you don't have through the year. Focus on growing you, grow your family, grow your success, and know that no one is going to want your success as much as you should, right? So create this fire within you to believe in yourself, get the skills, work on your weaknesses, turn them into strengths, and just make the rest of this year amazing. Increase the amount of focus. Don't think about taking time off. Think about putting time in to you and your growth. Okay, let's start with your health and wellness. If you need me, reach out. Go to mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com or studios with a Z, pt.com.au, and you can opt in for a free consultation with me, and I'll help you for free create the plan, the program that you need to move to that next level. Because there are no excuses. Make 2025 your best yet. Finish off the year stronger than you've ever finished before. No time to rest. Have a great day. I will see you next week.